Hello, now we're going to take a look at some quadratic formula word problems. So for these word problems today, you'll be given the story in a word problem. You'll be given an equation. You'll then need to use that equation to solve that problem, and all of them will be able to be used the quadratic formula for. There's a couple little minor details that are slightly different than when we were just solving quadratic formula without a word problem that I'll talk about when we get there. On your actual homework, the equation will be somewhere within the words. However, I don't have a good way to type in math stuff on here, so I have the equations just underneath the words. Let's take a look. You drop a coin off the top of a building. The height of the coin after X seconds is modeled by the equation below, which is the one I have written here. How long will it take for the coin to hit the ground? Anytime you are throwing something, something's fired out of a cannon, shot out of a gun, etc., it follows a path that is a parabola. Parabolas can be measured by quadratics, and to find how long it takes for the object to hit the ground, no matter what it is, we can use quadratic formula. So, when we did all these other problems, we needed one side to equal 0. H of x means the height, and so we can just treat that like 0. So we're going to just say that h of x or f of x or whatever you see here is equal to 0 for all these problems, because the ground would be height 0, so we're allowed to do that. Let's label our a, b, and c. Remember, a is the number in front of x squared, b is the number in front of regular x, and c is your number. You got some decimals in here, not a big deal. I'm going to write out our quadratic formula just in case we need a little refresh. And then we're going to plug the numbers in just like we did before. Negative b is 44.7 plus or minus. B is still 44.7 squared minus 4 times negative 4.9 for A times 11.8. Let me rewrite that. Sorry. Handwriting's a little big today. Okay, let's try again. Negative B is 44.7 plus or minus B is still 44.7 squared minus 4 times A is negative 4.9. C is 11.8. Much better. All divided by 2 times A, which is still negative 4.9. Very, very carefully, let's start putting that to Desmos. Remember to hit your division key first to get your big fraction. Negative 44.7. Let's just do the plus sign version first. Square root, parentheses, 44.7 squared minus 4 times negative 4.9 times 11.8. I know you can't see the whole formula right now, but I promise Desmos hasn't gotten rid of anything. Jump down your denominator to parentheses negative 4.9. Desmos tells us we get a negative answer. So let's go ahead and round that to 2 decimal places. Negative 0.26. Now we need to do the minus sign version. So change your plus sign to a minus sign. X equals 9.38. Okay, only one of these solutions actually works. The question is asking how long will it take for the coin to hit the ground. By the way, how long is always in seconds for these. Does negative 0.26 seconds make sense? No, that means that the coin has somehow traveled backwards in time. So we are not going to use negative answers for these. You're only going to have one solution. It's going to be the positive solution you get. So the coin is going to take 9.38 seconds to hit the ground. Let's do one more. This time we're going to talk about Jumpy the grasshopper. Jumpy the grasshopper jumps off a tree stump. His height in feet after X seconds is modeled by the equation which I have written there. After how many seconds will Jumpy hit the ground? So once again, f of x we're going to treat like being 0 because the ground would be height 0. Let's label A, B, and C. A is a negative, which is really a negative 1 in disguise. B is 0.67, C is 1.25. I'm gonna write out our formula so we've got it. And now let's plug things in. So negative B is 0.67 plus or minus square root. B is still 0.67 squared minus 4, parentheses negative 1, parentheses 1.25 for our C, all divided by 2 times A, which once again is negative 1. Now we can go to Desmos. Division key first. Type in the top of your fraction very carefully. Make sure your decimals are in the right spot. I almost didn't do that. Don't forget that squared. Okay, we're done with the top of our fraction. Click down in the denominator, 2 times negative 1. So they tell us negative 0.83 when we round to 2 places. We've done the plus sign version. Now we need to do the minus sign version. We get 1.50 or just 1.5, however you want to think of it, when we round for this one. Now, which solution is the one that works? Since we are looking for how long, which is an amount of seconds, which is time, we can only go forward, so only positive numbers. That means we ignore our negative solution. Our final answer to this problem is 1.5 seconds, our positive solution. That's it.